Hello traders, this is a live day trading video. We are in a trade with SPXL. This is a very unique and I think interesting trading plan that I've developed. This is trade number 31. What is special about this plan is that first of all it's trading SPXL, which is a 3 times leveraged ETF which tracks the S&P 500. So if the S&P 500 goes up 1%, this goes up 3%, but likewise if the S&P goes down 1%, this will also go down 3%. This is trade number 31. So far, the plan is profitable. We have a win rate of roughly 63% right now. That doesn't really mean much. I just kind of share that with you because I know a lot of people are kind of focused on win rate, and it really doesn't matter that much in this plan, although it does tell us that our back testing is fairly accurate because we back tested this plan all the way to the beginning of 2022 and tracked it through May, which is like the worst conditions I've seen in the S&P 500 since I've been trading by far, and this plan was still profitable even in those conditions. So that's what made me want to start trading this thing with real money, although we're only trading with one single share. Why? Because we have not forward tested this to 100 trades. We are at trade number 31. So once we've taken 100 real money trades and found out what the profitability of this plan is and confirmed that it is in fact profitable, then we will consider increasing our position size. That's just the smart way to do it. That's all there is to that. So anyway, we have about 15 seconds now before I have to become active in the trade. And you can see the stop loss was set here for the entire day, and that's just to protect us just in case something bad happens basically. And after the 3:55 minute candle closes, I will become active in the trade. My alarm on my phone, as you normally hear if you watch these videos, did go off at 3:50 on the days where I record these trades. That's where I have it set, and normally I have one set for 3:55. Obviously I forgot to do that today, but we're making the video, so I'm kind of showing you anyway. But normally you'd be hearing that go off right now. So now we can be active in the trade, and it just makes sense to me to move the stop loss up just below this 1 minute candle here to give this thing some room to possibly go higher before the market closed. Let me see where that low is, 84.75. So we'll go all the way to 84.73 is fine. If we get stopped out there, that's absolutely fine. So you can see we already decreased our stop by quite a bit. I'm also going to show the spreadsheet where I track all of these results with SPXL and show you just how profitable we are so far with the result of those 31 trades. And you can see today how much money we're saving by following the price action up toward the end of the day here. So we now just have less than 4 minutes left before the market closes. The goal now is to get out of the trade before the market closes or right as the market's closing. So if 4 o'clock hits and we end up not being stopped out, I can get out manually with my hotkeys. There is also, for those of you who are watching these SPXL day trading videos that I make, and are thinking, wow, I would like to be able to do this because you can put the trades in off hours. You don't have to be around during the market open, but you see me closing the trades out before the market close. You can close these trades out during the extended hours periods. Generally, about 90% of the time, and that's not just some fake statistic, if you go back through the charts on S&P 500 or SPXL, you'll see that during the after hours, the price generally moves sideways after the closing price is established. So it is safe to close late in the after hours. So it looks like we might get stopped out here. That's absolutely fine if we do. That's why the stop loss is here, and we've already reduced our loss quite a bit over the potential max loss of the day. So it looks like we're just bound to get stopped out here. Should happen any second now. It's 1 cent away from our stop loss, 84.74. One thing that you should be clear on is that buyers and sellers do not influence the price action on an ETF like this. They do in an indirect way, but not directly to this ETF. The price action is following the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is tracking 500 of the largest companies in the market. So that price action is determined by those 500 companies. And it's a pretty complicated, I guess an algorithm might be the right word to use there. I think that different companies have a different weight on the S&P 500. I don't really get into all that. It doesn't matter. The important thing is just to know that buyers and sellers are not moving the price action on these S&P 500 ETFs. I know there's a lot of confusion there. That's the way individual stocks work, but the S&P 500 ETFs do not work that way, or any ETF for that matter. So it looks like we got kind of lucky here at the end. We might be able to secure a little bit more profit. Not profit, actually, reducing the loss, because we're obviously going to lose money on this trade. Our position is at 86.22, but maybe we'll save a little money here. I think I'm going to go ahead and move it to the low of this candle. Let's keep it at 84.81. Give it a little bit of room. If we get stopped out right now, that's absolutely fine. I'm trying to get stopped out before the market close. Of course, I could just move it right directly to where the price action is trading. And there's two things that can happen. When you move it right, like let's say I moved the stop loss to 84.86 right now, the order will probably get canceled. So that's something you have to be careful with. If you want to get stopped out by the stop loss, move it close to the price, but not directly to it, because Webull will just cancel the order thinking that you've made a mistake, which is a good guess. It's not really the right way to use a stop loss. So anyway, we only have 30 seconds left. So what we're doing here is like manually trailing the stop on the way out. So there's a nice little pump there. Let's go to 84.83. If we get stopped out, that's absolutely fine. Looks like we might. There we go. So 84.83, and that's where we got filled. That's perfectly fine. So now all we have to do is enter the trade into the spreadsheet. We're all done with the trading. So you can see here, our max loss for the day was at 82.73. We got out at 84.83. So we saved $2.10, I think. 84.83, I said. All right. So now we're just down $1.39 on this trade. So this was a losing trade. So I'm going to put a 0 there and a 1 here. And our total P&L is right here. So even though we lost today's trade, this is trade number 31, we are still profitable overall. I do need to update, let's see here, the average loser column, which is going to be F87. And we'll go over all of the overall statistics here. Must be H87. All right. So now we have, out of 51 trading days, we've taken 31 trades. Our P&L is 1447. Win rate is about 61%. Our back-tested win rate was around 65%, so that's kind of well within the expectancy. 19 wins, 12 losses. This is redundant, 31 trades. Average cost, that's per trade because we're just trading one single share, $75. Our ROI is still up an impressive 19%, over 19%. And this is our P&L curve as it stands right now. That's including today's trade. So far so good. We're just going to keep doing what we're doing. We're seeing this overall trend up. Yeah, we're going to have pullbacks. We're going to have losses. That is all part of a day trading plan that works over time. That's what you want. If you try to strive for no red days and green streaks, you're going to be red in the long run. I remember way back in the beginning of my trading career, I was so happy. I had a 13-day green streak. I thought it was so great. And then the next day, I gave all of those wins back. So I wiped out 13 days of green with 1 day of red. And that's pretty much what happens every time that you try to come up with some type of strategy that the entire goal is just to be green at the end of every day. You're going to have these tiny green days and you're going to have huge red days that wipe out a massive amount of green days. So anyway, just a little rant there. So we expect these little drawdowns, and all we expect is over time that this continues to rise. Anyway, as always, go into every single trade with a plan. Stick to that plan no matter what. Always take your stop losses, honor your profit target, and in the long run, you should be green. Take care.